Yeah, all right, let's go. With the person at Dearborn, please say your full name.
First name is Bilal, last name's Arman.
Marna,
Zach's fault.
Alpha Mike, Alpha, Ama, then Arna. Amarna.
Thank you.
Amarna.
Lord,
Thank you,
tonight.
Mr. Amarna. Sir, I'm magistrate Chuck Fair. You hear criminal matter, case number 8225-714-80601. You have an attorney. Go ahead. Counsel Galvan, do you waive formal reading, stand mute?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he been advised of his constitutional rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Court date is July 9th, 2025. It is a pretrial at 9 o'clock at the Dearborn District Courthouse. Do you understand that court date, sir?
July 9th, what time?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, okay.
Thank you. Sir, let me also tell you some bond conditions. You're not to have contact with the complainant, Nalal Sabah. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You're not to possess firearms or any other dangerous weapons. And sir, you're not to go back to the Reuter address located in Dearborn. Do you understand those bond conditions, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Counsel Galvan, does he need a police escort?
Your Honor, Mr. Armane has indicated that he will have his son go and get his personal belongings and does not need a
Okay.
police escort.
Okay, all right. Detective Laws,
Yes, Your Honor.
Welcome aboard.
can you tell me in reference to this gentleman, does he have any pending assaultive or assaultive convictions?
None that are known to the department.
Okay, thank you. All right, go ahead, Counsel Galvan.
Your Honor, at this time, we ask for a personal bond. Mr. Armane has lived in Michigan since 1996. He has children in Michigan and strong ties to the community. He has indicated that he also needs surgery on his left arm, Your Honor, for which we would like to mark his file as medical. He has completed some college. We see no indications of potential flight risk and also do not believe that he would be a danger to the community or to the complaining witness. We believe that the no contact order would suffice to those concerns, Your Honor.
Okay. Detective Laws,
Your
Anyone can see that my client's a nice guy. I mean, not him, but you get what I'm saying.
Honor, I would just like the court to know that the defendant has repeatedly advised us that he does not trust the government, he does not respect the government, he will not. So with those statements and the swift change in some of the behavior that we have observed, I do feel that there would be a potential threat to the victim of him returning to that location because he doesn't.
I don't go to that location. I have a car in their part.
All right,
We
Sir, we
live in
suggest
my
that you
car.
not speak,
I am
sir.
not
sir,
a-
sir,
I don't trust the
Bilal.
government because I was beaten by
Bilal,
police
stop,
officers multiple
stop,
times, man.
stop. I said stop. You have to make me raise my voice for you to understand. I do not like raising my voice, and I apologize to everybody that I had to raise my voice.
I don't know. We loved it. Personally, I enjoyed it thoroughly. It's way better than I thought. Thanks again, Zach.
I got beaten by police officers
Sir,
4
sir,
times.
stop.
The judge
Stop.
told you you need to stop.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop. Your attorney would tell you, sir, and I will tell you this, that everything you say is being recorded. It could be used against you. Let your attorney speak for you. Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Now, do you also, sir, you have the right to speak. If after everybody has talked, you still want to talk, you still have that right, and I will let you do that. Do you understand that?
Sorry for interrupting you, man.
Okay. Counsel, do you want to say something to your client?
Yes, ma'am, I was
No,
beat.
sir.
No, I said
That's not
counsel.
directed to you.
Let me speak, sir. Mr. Armane, can you hear me? I want to make sure that there's no hearing problems.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. When I say counsel, I refer to your attorney.
Okay, Got
Okay,
it.
so counsel, do you want to say anything to your client or to the court?
Yes, Your Honor, we would like to indicate that, as you know very well, these are only allegations at this point. This is a former spouse of our client. There have been much dispute between them for years, and they have a child in common, which has caused many issues as well. So we would just indicate that he is denying all the allegations, and we ask for a personal bond, Your Honor. Thank you.
I appreciate all that. Mr. Marnet,
Exciting and new.
okay, I'm still gonna let you speak if you wish to do so. Now,
Yeah.
Detective Laws. Okay, what I
Yes,
want to
sir.
know is, does he have any prior domestic or assaultive convictions? It's a yes or no.
Convictions, no.
Okay. Does he have any pending cases, meaning there's warrants out for his arrest, any assaultive behavior?
No warrants, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, I'm reading here that in the allegations of the investigator's report, a police report, that the complainant is legally blind. Is that correct?
That
that
is,
is correct, yes.
Sir, again, I'm speaking to the police officer. Please, let me do that.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I think the only thing that's saving him is that she can run away and he can't find her.
My apologies.
Okay, hold on. Has there been police reports or have police been out to the residents regarding this gentleman? Regarding
Your
domestic
Honor.
violence or assaultive behavior?
Your Honor, I do not have independent knowledge of that. With the report that was written by Detective Sergeant Ross, he did not indicate any, and that is a general practice that would have been noted in the report.
Okay, can you mark the gentleman's file medical?
For us, unfortunately, there's nothing that we would mark. Our jail staff knows he's already been sent to the hospital by our staff and cleared by medical.
Okay, so if it needs to, please, if he needs to go back to the hospital, please mark it.
We provide transportation and everything, Your Honor.
Okay,
Uh,
that's good. Thank you. Hold on. Have you been in contact, detective, with the complaint, Miss Sabah?
Not myself personally,
Today
Your
or
Honor.
the last day? Pardon me?
Not myself personally, Your Honor. I was not the investigating detective. I'm only standing in for purposes of arraignment with it being the weekend.
Do you have anything in information to indicate whether or not the complainant, Ms. Sabah, has been in contact with the police department since the date of the offense?
I do know that she was in contact with the department yesterday, but there were two different incidences that occurred at that residence that resulted in two different arrests. So I do not know if she was in contact for the arrest of her son or regarding this matter.
What's the age of the complainant?
57, I believe, Your Honor.
And the age of the defendant?
The defendant is 57, she's 63, I think.
Okay. Okay,
She was born February 4, 62, so, ma'am,
I appreciate it. So she's in her 50s.
in 60s, ma'am.
Okay, she's in her
She's 5.5
60s. I
years
appreciate it.
older than I am.
Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you for that information.
You're welcome. And she has issues. She has a
Thank
lot of
you, sir.
issues, ma'am.
No need to say anything else. Thank you.
Detective, anything else that the court needs to be aware of regarding the
No, Your Honor.
defendant? Okay.
No, Your Honor.
Counsel, anything else that the court needs to be aware of?
No, Your Honor, we just want to highlight the no prior criminal history and no assaultive background.
Okay. Court's heard the representations of both parties. This particular, oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, Mr. Arman. I did say
Yeah.
that you have the right to speak. Do you want to say anything, sir? You don't have
Yes.
to.
Yes, I
Sir,
do.
I just want to remind you that anything you say could be used against you.
Oh, good Lord. Listen to your attorney. She's good. She's even a cutie. Just listen to her.
have no problem. Please use it against me. With all respect, ma'am, and I do apologize for being interruptive. I didn't mean to, and I didn't want to really upset anybody in the courtroom. And unfortunately, I am the type of person who goes in detail. I'm a very detail-oriented person, so it's one of my probably flaws as well as my good stuff. Here's what I wanted to
Okay, 1 point for self-awareness. Now shut up.
bring to your attention. In 2016, we had that situation happen in the past due to her perception of me. She always thought of me less. She always thought of me as a mentally disturbed individual. All I can tell you, ma'am, I am on a list because of her family. They called the Dearborn police in 2008, stating that I assaulted her and assaulted my sons. And
Oh my God! You just put a 2008 arrest into the mix for no reason. Holy Toledo! From 2008. Why don't we start with the Big Bang and go forward from there?
I was a threat to them, and that was a lie. Their allegations in the divorce paper that was served to me while I was homeless because of what they did. Allow me to finish, ma'am. That I actually lied to the IRS, in which I never did. And I actually was a person that is dangerous. This stuff alone, right after that incident, I had people follow me all over the place. I came to that police station multiple times, stating that people follow me, harass me all over the place, unmarked vehicle that goes around me all over the place. People put laser in the light that goes in, and it gets to my eye that hurts me and actually blinds me temporarily. I came to that to report to the police station. They never did anything. That has happened. Right after that, my life went to garbage, where actually I see people around me anywhere I go, in a truck, in a car, that I do not understand. And it looks like vehicles that are unmarked, okay? And they have special equipment, and they talk shit and nasty. With all respect, I apologize. They talk garbage. I'm not supposed to use that language in court, but they do that. In 1990,
they talk shit and nasty. That still reminds me of Office Space. This is a F.
between June and August of 1990, I had two undercover police officers. I remember one of them. His name is Jones, the guy who actually wrote a ticket about disorderly conduct back in that day. Man, that guy was drunk on the job. All I said, I rolled the windows down and talking to him, allow me, please, let me finish my thing. Let me
Okay,
just state a statement,
Mr. Arman, let me say this, sir, and you can still speak if you wish to. The thing is your attorney, the detective, had indicated there was nothing, that they had nothing, had no knowledge, except for you, that you told me that there was a domestic violence incident a number of years ago. Now, you also told me about a domestic, disorderly conduct a number of years ago. And what I'm
Yes,
saying to you, sir,
Do not interrupt the
Sir.
judge.
I'm sorry.
sir, what I'm saying to you is you are digging a hole for yourself.
Ma'am, I'm
Because-
fine to dig a hole
No,
for myself.
hold
I
on,
want,
hold
you
on.
said
Do
something.
not raise your voice to the
Let me
judge.
finish.
Do not interrupt the judge.
Let me finish, sir, okay? See, I have no knowledge. There was nothing to indicate that you had any incidences of domestic violence. The officer was not, until you opened your mouth, until you
Can I say
indicated.
something, ma'am?
No, let me
Judge
finish. In
finish.
2009, that there is a history of domestic violence. Now, whether
I did
that's
not- I
more than
wasn't-
10 years ago, whether you were convicted, whether, however it is, but there at least is one incident that you were involved of domestic violence. Now, you want to finish? Go ahead, sir.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
I
The
would
2000,
recommend-
2008, I did not attack her nor attack my kid. Actually, I was attacked by my kid that day. Her son, her brother was on the phone. He cussed me out and he threatened me that day. That was in 2008, and you see what's gonna happen. They took over my citizenship and paperwork. They took it to the Fifth Third Bank few days later, and they pretended they assumed my identity. Nasser is already deceased. He is still alive, and he is the guy who caused me all these problems. Right after that, I had issues with people following me around, people put laser in my eyes, people here being dismissive in the Dearborn police about these incidents. And I ended up going, because of being followed, to access community behavioral health. And there, the army, people from the army said, we know you and we are here for you. So basically, people from the government, and since then, I have no mercy. I have been attacked, harassed at home all the time. Anywhere I went, I'm still being harassed as a targeted individual up until today.
All right, thank you, sir.
These people, and I'm not done with it yet.
Oh,
I
I'm sorry.
came to his police station multiple times, ma'am, for help after being exposed to identity theft. They write stuff that I never said. Please go and check the reports. The other thing is, ma'am, in 2009, I did not attack. They went and they did a smear campaign. They utilized my citizenship paper. I had to reproduce after I lost them. My ex, I call her my ex, she was with them at the bank trying to withdraw the money, impersonating my identity. Other than that situation and accusing me of lying to the IRS in 1990, there were 3 witnesses that they witnessed that incident. They all 3 are still alive up until today. That officer, Jones, has stalked me in every place I went to, my home, places I work, college. He terrorized the freaking out of me. The attorney told me your best bet is to go ahead and take the plea bargain. And I was an innocent man.
Okay, so now he's brought up an actual conviction. He's going to get himself long, and he's implied that he's got immigration issues as well. So just keep talking. You've now set it up so that you can be held long enough for ICE to pick you up and deport you, which is fine with me.
I did not even knew what the word cost, nor had proper English back then, or I used that language. That's why I don't trust your government, man. My apologies. That's why I stated to that woman, I don't trust government.
Anything else, sir? Or are you finished?
No.
Okay, thank you. Council Galvan, anything else you wanted to add?
Your Honor, at this time, we just want to highlight that no convictions no assaultive background, and we would ask for that personal bond, Your Honor. We understand that Mr. Arman feels he has
I don't know about no convictions. He just rambled on about taking a plea deal. We didn't complete it, but I'm 90% sure that he has a prior conviction.
has not been heard, but there is nothing to indicate that he would be a risk to the community, we believe, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Detective Laws, anything else that you might have missed?
No, Your Honor, just the same as what I spoke on earlier.
Okay. Thank you. Court attorney representations from from Detective Laws, from Defense Counsel Galvan, also Mr. Marnett. He was advised that he did not need to speak, but he did. He did indicate some issues, that there was some prior domestic violence issues in his past, I believe 2009. He also indicated things that he does not believe that he's been targeted by the government. He does not trust the government, but based on his actions today, okay, and based on the court, on all of this, court with clear and convincing evidence standard, does find that Mr. Arman is a danger. His bond is going to be $25,000 cash surety. He's going to be on a GPS tether house arrest. And Mr. Arman, whoever your attorney is, can address the judge in Dearborn District Court as to your bond and bond.
Well played, dummy. You are on the path. I think the judge nailed it throughout this hearing. I think she's absolutely right in all the actions she's taking. But this guy was on the path to a PR bond, and he's not going anywhere now.
Conditions. Do you understand that, sir?
You know, ma'am, I just want to have to state something, regardless of what you think or what you do or what you say. I am a person.
Mr. Armani?
Yeah, ma'am, allow me. Let me say something to them, please. Ma'am, you can judge here all you want, but I know for sure, and I am positive about what I'm going to say.
Oh, great. Now he's going to discuss his involvement in 911. Those
people have done so much harm to my reputation and to me, and I cannot trust them. I cannot trust Dearborn Police. Okay? I am just going to say this to you, ma'am. Yeah, go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Thank you. All right, that concludes the arraignment of Mr.
Your-
Marnett. Thank
Your
you.
Honor, if I may, could I add just one additional thing?
What, ma'am?
I also wanted to indicate for the records that Mr. Armani did share with us that he has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let's place it on the
Thanks.
record.
Go back.
Thank you, Dearborn.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, 14B District Court is now in session. This is Magistrate Hillary Braley presiding. Now calling case numbers 25FB1234, also calling it 25T00271. These are the matters of Adrian Harrison. Can I have appearances for the record, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Amy Reiser appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christine Rodriguez, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. Harrison.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Harrison, can you state your name for the record, please?
Adrian Harrison.
Okay, thank you. So we are here today for an arraignment in each of these matters. This is a new matter ending in 1234, and then I am also going to arraign you for the conditional bond violation on the matter ending in 271. So before I get started, Attorney Rodriguez, did you want to address the plea?
Your Honor, my client stands mute today.
Okay.
And you waive formal reading of the petition. I've already done so. Or the complaint.
Thank you. Then, Mr. Harrison, you have the following basic rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say out loud or in writing can be used against you in court. You have the right to be presumed innocent beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a trial by judge or by jury. You have the right to be represented by an attorney during all stages of these court proceedings, that is before, during, and after trial. You are not required to disclose citizenship status to the court, but you do have the right to consult with an attorney to see if this case would have any effect on your citizenship status. If that last part doesn't apply to you, don't worry about it. Do you have any questions about those rights?
Yeah.
What question do you have?
The bond violation I had was to not be in contact with Kevin Harrison.
We'll get
And-
to the bond violation, okay, Mr. Harrison, but right now I'm just asking if you have any questions about your rights.
No.
Okay, so because the charges in this case, the one ending in 1, 2, 3, 4, are felonies, you have the right in this case to a preliminary examination that must be scheduled within the next 21 days. A preliminary examination is a hearing held before a judge where the prosecution must present sufficient testimony and evidence to establish that probable cause exists to believe that a crime has been committed and that probable cause exists to believe that you committed the crime. So basically, it is a hearing to determine whether or not the case is strong enough to go to trial. If the court determines that the case is strong enough to go to trial, then the case will be bound over. That is transferred to the circuit court, which is where your actual trial will take place. Do you understand all of that?
Kind of, yes.
Okay. Did you have any questions about anything I just said?
So is my next court date still the 31st or 21st?
Well, we're going to get to that in a moment because now you have another case. So, which, Matt, I need the PCC date. Okay, so prior to the preliminary examination, the court is going to schedule what is called a probable cause conference. That is a hearing and an opportunity for your attorney to meet with the prosecution to discuss your case for any potential issues or resolutions that may be present. Your probable cause conference in this new matter will be July 10th, 2025. That will be at 9 in the morning in person at the 14A1 District Court in.
Okay, I'll give him this. At least he's appropriately dressed for Law Talk with Mike. I don't know about court, but Law Talk with Mike, it's right on.
Courtroom C. So the 14A1 District Court is the courthouse that is located at Hogback and Washtenaw in Ann Arbor. So the court is going to set bond. Bond is set in all cases, and the purpose is two things. One is to ensure your appearance at future court dates, and the other is for the protection of the public. So, to the attorneys, and keeping in mind that I am also the person who arraigned him on the matter ending in 00271, if you want to address bond, please.
Just briefly, Your Honor, we're asking for a high cash or surety bond. I believe that not only is the defendant a danger to the victims in this case, based on the no contact order and returning to the residence, he did have a no-go to. He's a danger to the community, and he really doesn't seem to have any concept of following court orders. So we would ask, I believe the bond recommendation by the authorizing APA was 50,000 cash or surety with other conditions.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Attorney Rodriguez?
Your Honor. Your Honor, this certainly is not a case where Mr. Harrison has any sort of disregard for court orders. Mr. Harrison is in a has been in a very unfortunate circumstances where he was facing homelessness. He attempted to get some sort of shelter the best way that he knew he could, without having direct contact with an individual. Unfortunately, there are some issues with that. I won't get into detail today, but it wasn't for a lack of respect regarding prior orders, but just a unfortunate circumstance that Mr. Harrison has found himself in, and not feeling as if, or not feeling, he did not have any other choice from his perspective. So, Your Honor, it's this, according to what I'm reading in the complaint, I'm not seeing that there was any assaultive conduct or anything of that nature of which this court should be worried about. Mr. Harrison is not a threat to the community. He's not a flight risk. He's in the hospital right now. I would ask that if this court is not willing to consider a PR bond, that it consider a low cash bond with 10% allowed.
The only thing I would add, Your Honor, is I believe I read in the police report, and Detective Morrison, correct me if I'm wrong, the defendant spit on his mother after he entered the home without permission, so.
No, I did not.
And of course, Your Honor, as we know, those are allegations. Unfortunately, I am not privy to any police reports when we come into these hearings. And so that is not any sort of information that Mr. Harrison gave to me, and he's indicating that he maintains his innocence as it relates to any such allegation.
Yeah, I don't know where you got that from. I have no idea.
Thank you.
Mr. Harrison, it's okay.
It's really not okay because I never spit on my mom.
I just don't want you to say something that will be held against you, because regardless if you think that it's good or bad, it can still be held against you in a negative way. And I just don't want that to happen to you. So when I say it's okay, I just mean it's best that you not.
I kind of do.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this hearing isn't that exciting from here, but I'll let it run because, you know, you kind of want to see what happens.
The wheels of justice are going to roll you right into the Wayne County Jail.
It's a little foreshadowing there. I'm a YouTube pro.
Okay. At this time, the court is going to set bond with the following conditions, and Mr. Harrison, many of these will sound hopefully very familiar to you, as I gave them to you 11 days ago. You are not to use or possess alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. Within 24 hours of your release, you are to report to community corrections for drug and alcohol testing. You'll need $12 and a photo ID. I believe I'd said in the last matter that I was referring for CMH, and I'm going to do that in this matter as well. You are not to purchase or possess any firearms, ammunition, other dangerous weapons, or the means to create them. Any weapons that you do possess are to be surrendered. You are not to leave the state of Michigan without the court's permission. You are not to have contact with Kevin Harrison when the court says no contact. What the court means is no in-person contact, no contact through the mail, no contact over the computer or over the phone, via phone calls, text messages, emails, social media, the internet, any way, shape, or form, or through third parties. You are not to go to the 1360 Mesa Drive address. When the court says do not go, the court does not care if you own a place, rent a place, are personally invited to go to a place, or in fact, if that is your only address. You are not to go there. At the last court date, I had said that you could go there with a civil standby to collect belongings. At this point, I am saying that you are not to go there at all, and that prior to your release, you are to be fitted with a GPS tether with a hot zone of that address. You are not to engage in any sort of assaultive, threatening, harassing, molesting, stalking, terrorizing behaviors towards Kevin Harrison or anyone else. You are not to engage in any sort of criminal activity whatsoever. You are to appear for any and all dates set for you by the court. The next one in this matter being the probable cause conference, July 10th at 9 a.m. The next hearing date in the matter ending in 271 is going to be that pretrial that's set for July 21st at 9 a.m. over Zoom in front of Judge Washington. I am going to note that when I arraigned you on June 16th, I was already concerned about this situation, which is why I set you for the next possible date in front of Judge Washington that I could. That was why you saw her June 23rd. And I am sorry to see that things have played out this way. So these conditions, as I stated 11 days ago, will be entered into the Law Enforcement Information Network. They will be readily accessible to any police officers that you may come into contact with. And if they have probable cause to believe that you have violated one of these conditions, they can arrest you on the spot, and you'll be held for a bond violation hearing in front of a judge who may revoke your bond and set a new, more restrictive one. Do you have any questions about the bond conditions?
Yes.
And what is your question about the bond conditions?
I understood it the first time when you had to explain it to me, when you first gave me the court order, when I was first in jail. I understood everything you had told me about no drinking, no alcohol, and not being around Kevin Harrison. I went to the Red Roof Inn for about a week. I was there for a week. I tried my best to not bother anybody, to leave everybody alone. My sister and nephew just came into town.
Mr. Harrison, I just want you to be careful, because anything you say right now, Ms. Reiser is going to write down, and she will hold it against you at your bond hearing.
Okay.
So I would advise you to not admit to anything or explain why something may have happened, and I would leave that. I would advise that you discuss that instead with an attorney who can speak on your behalf regarding it at the appropriate hearing. It wouldn't be today, though.
And I
Okay.
will
I just
note
want
too
to.
that, sir,
I
you had
understand.
mentioned
I
that your
get it.
sister and your nephew had recently come into town at the last court date. And what I told you on June 16th was that as the person with bond conditions, it was your responsibility to figure out something else. They could come to you. You were not to go to that residence. So at this time,
It looks like we've lost him.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
So
I don't know what just happened.
okay. So at this time, In the matter ending in 271, the court is setting bond. Okay. Attorney Reiser, are you still there?
I'm still here, Your Honor, but you cut out. I didn't hear the monetary amount.
There was no monetary
That's
amount
because I
yet.
stopped saying it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No.
I was
okay.
just like,
So
I shut
at
my
this
camera
time-
off to
okay.
kind of like maybe do the bandwidth. I thought maybe
That's
like
fine.
we were using
At
too
this
much.
time, while he's signed into the Zoom and I can see him, I am setting bond in the matter ending in 271. That will be $10,000 cash or surety. In the matter ending in 1234, that being the new one, I am setting bond in the amount of $100,000 cash or surety.
Thank you.
You're welcome. These hearings are concluded, and Deputy Early, you are free to log off Zoom.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, there you go. Not a high bond, but enough. He doesn't have anything, so that keeps him in jail where he belongs. There we go. Men and their feelings. That's what you get. You get crime. Guys who can't control their emotions. You get criminals. It's not all criminals, but all guys who can't control their emotions, you end up with problems. You do. Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it. Behave yourselves. I'm not bailing you out.